And welcome to the Fast Break Podcast with Master Wu and G Money. And I don't know if we are hyped, but I know I am. We just saw the best Game 7 that I can remember since maybe Boston, LA a long time ago. For some reason, G Money is not excited. Whoa. I'm hearing an echo.
Can you hear me?
Do you hear me?
I hear you just fine.
Okay, I'm hearing an echo.
I'm hearing an echo also. What happened?
Oh, I see. I know what's happening. I got this other window open. Hang on. I got this other window open. I just got to close this other window. All right. We should be good now. You hear? You got me? Check 1, 2?
Yeah, that sounds better.
All right, G-Money. Now, I don't know how this happened. 93 to 89, a low-scoring game. LeBron James! He did it! G-Money, what's your takeaway of today's game?
I don't know if the viewers
I'll share my
can.
thoughts a little bit. Go ahead.
I don't know if the viewers can see me right now, but I'm very excited. So excited that I could care less, and I need to iron my clothes for tomorrow's workday.
Let's be honest. You were rooting against LeBron James. You wanted the Warriors to win. Is that true?
Is that obvious? I believe I have stated that multiple times. Maybe not on the air, but off the air, I have stated multiple times that LeBron James gets he just gets it too easy. The Eastern Conference is a joke, which is why I believe the Cleveland Cavaliers, they don't even need to play the regular season. You just go straight to the finals. Golden State had a much tougher road. They didn't have to face San Antonio this time, but they did face a tough OKC team. So I think the Western Conference, and to be 7-3-9 in the regular season in the Western Conference is pretty impressive.
Now, why can't you be happy for the people of Cleveland? 51, 52 years without a title. LeBron James with just monster play after play, rebound, shooting, assists, steals, a chase down block on Iguodala. Yeah, he got some help from Kyrie Irving. The Uncle Drew showed up again big time today. He had that big three-pointer to put him up three, pretty much put it on wraps. Here's the only thing I wanted is I just cannot stand Draymond Green, G-Money. I like everyone on the Warriors. I like Steve Kerr. I like Steph Curry. I like Iguodala. I like Klay Thompson. But I just dislike, and Bergeau too. I don't like him too. But I just dislike Draymond Green so much. I said, to hell with them all. I want LeBron to take this. And I wished he would have thrown Draymond Green's head into the basket on that last dunk. That would have capped it off. But
here's the reason why I don't like Cleveland fans. When LeBron left 4 years ago or 5 years ago, they burned his jersey and said he is dead to them. Now they come back and he's like their god. I don't understand this. This is a bunch of hypocrites over there. That's why I hate the city of Cleveland. Cleveland is, from what I've heard, it's just a bad city.
Whoa, kid, G-Money. When someone sees this video, you might want to tone down your fiery language.
I'm just saying the facts. I think Cleveland is a bad city. That is not opinion. That is fact. So I think that some of the Cleveland fans are very fickle. As soon as LeBron left, they were booing him. They were trying to. They basically wanted him dead. And now all of a sudden he came back, and now he brings a championship to Cleveland, and now he's basically God. So, I mean, these type of fans don't deserve to have a championship in Cleveland.
Well, how about this, G-Money? How about the fact he was there for many years? He tried his best. It was like a great relationship with the girl, and that girl just sort of tells you to get lost one day out of nowhere on TV.
Who told him to get lost? Who told him to get lost?
No. I'm saying LeBron told the fans of Cleveland pretty much, "Peace out, I'm out of here."
Yeah.
So the Cleveland fans, so the Cleveland fans were told, "Get lost. I'm going to Miami." So they're like a scorned lover. They're acting out of emotion. And then once they had a chance to calm down,
he didn't have to leave.
No, but I'm talking about the perspective from the fans of Cleveland. So the fans of Cleveland, obviously they go ape and they lose themselves over it. They start burning his jersey and whatnot, throwing in the garbage, repainting the walls, and then their heads cool, and then the girl comes back and they say, you know what, we were better off with each other. Maybe we should get back together.
No, they weren't. They were better off because Kyrie is there, and now LeBron James said, no, Kyrie's not enough. We need somebody else. They tried to get Kevin Love, and they did. And he didn't want Andrew Wiggins, which they got with the #1 pick. So, I mean, it's basically LeBron James running the show, and he basically fired his coach, right?
Yeah.
Even though the coach was doing a pretty darn good job, they had a pretty darn good record. So
What do you think David Blatt's saying to himself right now?
David Blatt's basically saying, "I could have done the same thing. You just let me go." I mean, I don't think Tyronn Lue is doing anything differently than what David Blatt did. So basically, LeBron James says, "I don't want this coach. I want the other coach." In Miami, I believe he wanted Eric Spoelstra fired, but Pat Riley had some balls on him and said, "No, we're not going to fire him. You're going to stick with him, LeBron, whether you like it or not."
Okay, now let's temporarily switch the conversation. I know you don't want to talk LeBron. First off, the Warriors. I mean, I don't know if you watched, but when Steph Curry did not start the fourth quarter, for the life of me, I do not understand why. Is the man hurt? Is the man tired? It's game 7. It's the fourth quarter. The franchise player needs to play all 12 minutes. Number one. Number two, I saw him on the bench before he checked in the fourth. He looked fidgety to me. He just looked nervous. His knees were bouncing up and down, his hands in his face. And Steph Curry had a very poor fourth quarter. I remember 1 3 that he hit with Kevin Love all over him. And for all the crap that Kevin Love gets for his lack of defense, his defense did not factor in this series. And late in the game, he was right on Curry, and Curry missed. He missed a lot of threes. There was one clear, wide open 3 I remember he missed. Then you got him trying to throw a behind-the-back pass to the baseline for some reason, threw it right out of bounds, missed another 3 the last possession to try to knock the game from a 4-point game to a 1-point game. What do you think about Stephen Curry's performance? I mean, he and LeBron jibber-jabbered back and forth, and I know he wanted to put this away, and I think the whole team had chances to put it away. Iguodala had an open 3 in the baseline at some point. Draymond Green had an open 3 at some point. I mean, what do you make of the Warriors' performance? What do you make of Steph Curry's performance tonight?
Steph Curry was obviously a little nervous. I mean, it's his first game 7 in the NBA Finals, so that's LeBron has been there. He's been in game 7s before, so he knows the pressure moments. So Steph Curry, obviously, this is a learning experience. He's the MVP of the league. He should have stepped up. He did miss a couple of shots that he normally makes, and if those go in, this game will be a different story. But he didn't make it, and Kyrie Irving and LeBron James obviously took over like they should have and always do in the fourth quarter. So that was a difference in the game.
What about first off? What did you think after the first half, G-Money? I was as you've already noticed. I immensely disliked Draymond Green. And when he was going off in the first half, dropping 20 points, I thought this is my worst nightmare. Not only are they going to win, it's going to be because Draymond Green is going to win. And then he's going to start flexing and doing his thing. And I was very thrilled. Thank goodness it did not end up being a Warriors victory. But what did you think after the first half?
I thought Draymond Green really dropped the ball in game 6. He didn't play well. He wanted to come out and play better, and he did. Unfortunately, the rest of the team really didn't follow suit. Klay Thompson, I don't believe he had a very good game, and Steph Curry had a subpar game. So the rest of the team didn't really follow Draymond Green's emotional response to losing 2 in a row. And if it was up to Draymond only, if Draymond Green was the only guy on the team willing to win it for game 7, that wasn't going to get it done. And unfortunately, Draymond Green, I believe he didn't really have a very good second half. So somebody else needed to step up, and nobody really did in the second half for Golden State.
Yeah, just some numbers at you real quick, G-Money. Steph Curry, 6 for 19 from the field, 4 for 14 from 3-point range. He had as many turnovers as he did threes for each. Klay Thompson, I don't know what happened to this guy all of a sudden, 2 for 10 from downtown. Draymond Green was pretty much – and I don't know what Steve Kerr was doing trying to play Festus Ezeli and Harrison Barnes so much. I mean –
Harrison Barnes, I got to admit, he was the killer in games 5, 6, and 7 because he really had some wide open shots, and he could have drained them, and Golden State would have been fine. But he missed a lot of wide open shots, even inside, outside. I mean, he just couldn't make a shot to save his life. So Harrison Barnes, to me, is the GOAT of this series. Not Steph Curry, not Klay Thompson, not Draymond Green, but Harrison Barnes, and why Golden State lost 3 in a row to lose this series.
There were two crazy things that I heard over the last couple days. And one of them was the New York Knicks trying to trade for Derrick Rose, maybe. That was crazy. But the other crazy thing I heard was that I read on a bunch of media outlets that there were actually teams out there, at least the reporter got, sources said there were teams out there that were willing to throw Harrison Barnes a max contract. I'm like, are you crazy? I wouldn't give this guy barely. I would give him $8 million, much less 20 plus.
Well, he's not a starter in this league. Let's be honest. I mean, he's a bench player. He's maybe a six. He's maybe a 6-man. He's a 6-man. He's a J.R. Smith type. I agree with that. J.R. Smith. J.R. Smith actually J.R. Smith has a pretty good shots, big shots.
I gotta tell you, G Money. When they were down 7 to start the second half, if Golden State goes out there and bop, hits a couple threes, 6-0 run, 6-1 run, blows that game to 10, 12 points, I think that's a wrap. But J.R. Smith came out there, knocked down at least 2 threes. I remember maybe he had a 2-2, sort of kept the game close. So J.R. Smith, who I thought was pretty much a no-show for the first 4 games of the series, I think he was invaluable part in the third quarter there to sort of close that gap because they were down 7 to start the third quarter.
Right. So he was the opposite of Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes could have stepped up and made some big shots for his team, but he didn't. And he struggled, and that is the ultimate difference maker. I mean, if Harrison Barnes makes a couple of those shots, the momentum swings, and Golden State has some momentum, moving forward. But Harrison Barnes did just miss some wide open shots. J.R. Smith made some open shots, and basically that was the X factor in this series.
Wait a minute, are you ironing jeans over there?
No, it's khakis.
Well, hold that up. Let me see what you wear. Let me see. It sounds a little creepy, but let me see what you wear from where to work.
It's not jeans. It's just it's khakis. I usually wear these. I don't wear that much fancy.
What brand is that?
Work.
What brand is that?
This is I don't even see it here.
From China, probably made in China by some Chinese brand, right? I got a lot of those.
It says LK. I don't know what that means, though.
Huh. And tomorrow, I believe tomorrow is the first day you get to work with the new employee.
Yes. Hopefully, this one works out. We had to fire the last one because she didn't know what she was doing. So
okay. Does your workplace care that you're disclosing potentially confidential information here?
I didn't disclose where I work, so it's okay.
Yeah, no one can look it up anyway. So you're saying you're hoping your coworker is not Harrison Barnes?
I'm hoping that she can step up and perform to the best of her abilities. And Harrison Barnes did not do that.
Oh, look at this. Look at Cleveland. People are on buses, G-Money.
I'm assuming that there's going to be starting the fire department in Cleveland needs to watch out tonight.
By the way,
there's going to be some rowdy,
I know a couple people that
rowdy
work
people.
I know a couple people that work in Cleveland. They were saying in the third
Jackie
quarter,
Fernandez.
Yeah, I don't know her too well. I'm talking about this guy I worked with in Houston and someone else I kind of knew because she interviewed for a job in North Carolina when I was there too. But anyway, I forgot who, but one of them told me, or I saw a tweet about road advisories in the third quarter, and I'm thinking to myself, why would you want your car anywhere near downtown Cleveland tonight, win or lose? Why would you want your car anywhere near that vicinity?
That just goes to show you the lack of judgment of the people of Cleveland.
They are.
That
happens.
I'm not saying they're stupid, but they're just lacking judgment.
I think that happens anywhere. All right, G-Money, last point I want to make. Wow. One more moment of the game that really, I mean, my heart was racing throughout that whole fourth quarter. But that one moment in particular, when and I thought LeBron was starting to slow down a bit at the end. He had his shot blocked, missed a little floater real close. Both teams were missing so many shots. Outside the Kyrie Irving 3, I think there was like 2 baskets in the last 5 minutes of game time. But the one moment that my heart was pounding out of my chest, Kyrie Irving gets past his man, throws a bounce pass, I think it was, to LeBron, and you could just see he was coming down the lane, and either he was going to take someone's head off, but that ball was going to gotta go right through the rim. Draymond fouls him, and he's grabbing his wrist, and I'm thinking, oh my God, that looks like Patrick Ewing when against the Bucks, I think. Patrick Ewing went up for an alley-oop, fell on his wrist, screamed like crazy, grabbed it, broke it, and he was never the same player again. And for a moment, I thought, it's a three-point game. What if LeBron can't shoot free throws? What if Golden State hits a three, they go into overtime, they have no shot, Cleveland, it's happening all over again. What were you thinking that moment when LeBron James is on the ground, grabbing his wrist, obviously in a considerable amount of pain?
No, I thought Cleveland had it in the bag at that point,
What?
with
No!
or without it, because Steph Curry was struggling. Klay Thompson was struggling. Golden State basically had no offense going at that point. They were just relying, maybe on drives and layups and stuff like that. So, I thought Cleveland played some good defensive possession before. And I thought that they were up by 3 with 10 seconds to go. I didn't think that Steph Curry or Klay Thompson was going to hit the game-tying 3 anyway. And at that point, I thought Cleveland really had it in the bag. So LeBron really needed to make 1 out of 2, and that game would be over.
I think that was almost like a Willis Reed type moment. That the moment that they'll always replay, him going down, grabbing in pain, hitting that free throw. Yeah, I mean, I'm ready. This is the signature moment of his career. I don't care what he does the rest of the way. When we talk about LeBron James' legacy, this is the first line on it. I'm so happy for LeBron. So happy for the people of Cleveland. Good for you. Good for you, LeBron. Good for you, Cleveland. And I think, you know what? I'm calling it right now. They're going back-to-back next year.
I don't think anybody cares because Cleveland has basically no competition. So what's the difference? I mean, the East has no competition.
Well, Ben Simmons is going to be a 76er.
Who?
Ben Simmons is going to be a 76er next week when he gets picked.
And how is that affecting the East?
No,
the 76ers are the last place team in the East.
Maybe they say he's the next LeBron or Magic.
No, but the 76ers are terrible. So basically, if nobody does anything in the East, I mean, make no moves. I mean, I think there's no question LeBron gets back to the finals.
All right, I think we are almost over time. Any final thoughts to wrap up what has been? You know what? This was the one close game, but this NBA Finals will go down in history. 20 years from now, when LeBron retires, highlights of this will be one of the first things that show up on video. Any final thoughts as we put a bow on this 2016 NBA Finals?
Looking forward to football season.
What about your overall thoughts? Please tell me at least the better you like the outcome.
Well, I wanted Golden State to win, but Cleveland obviously turned it on in game 5, 6, and 7, and Golden State did have some injuries in game 6 and game 5, and obviously they were without Andrew Bogut. But I gotta congratulate Cleveland. But I'm not losing any sleep over this.
Why? I still don't get it. Why can't you be a little bit more excited for Cleveland, for LeBron James?
I told you my reasons. Cleveland fans are fickle. They burned his jersey. They burned his jersey and said he was dead to them. If you burn somebody's jersey and say you're dead to them, that means forgive them no matter what, right? And all of a sudden, the day LeBron signs with Cleveland, he came back. Everybody's like, "Oh my God, thank you very much." I just can't deal with these fans. These fans are so stupid.
So stupid. They have a championship to celebrate now.
Yeah, but not because LeBron stayed. Is because LeBron came back.
And
and they were basically saying, "Hey, don't ever come back." So they embraced them, even though they said they don't ever come back. So I don't understand.
I go back to my analogy. It was a bad breakup, all right, and then you realize, you know what? Maybe she wasn't so bad. After you lose that much, maybe she wasn't so bad. I try to play the game when she left, and I'm rolling snake eyes, coming up with #1 picks back-to-back years. Maybe maybe it's a good idea that maybe she wasn't so bad
Name
for
one
me after
other
all.
superstar that has done this in your lifetime. One other superstar that just jumps from team to team winning championships. Name one other superstar that has done that.
Well, look, let's not act like he was riding 5 teams here. He went off to one team for
Yeah.
a couple of years and he came
He
back.
ran into one team with the big three and another team with a big three. I mean, can you explain why he's doing that?
Okay, well, that's what everyone does nowadays. Well, one more quick thing. Do you feel
Who
bad?
does that? Nobody does that.
I think Kevin Durant. We'll see.
No,
he
he was there. He was
Will
there.
he go? What if Kevin Durant says, "I want to be a Warrior"? Would you root against the Warriors? Because then that's just overkill.
Of course. I want Kevin Durant being a Warrior. Nobody wants that.
All right, one last thing. Do you feel bad for Steph Curry and the Warriors? I mean, you win 73 games, but if you don't go all the way, then honestly,
obviously they're not the greatest of all time. I'm telling you, the greatest team of all time is still the 95-96 Chicago Bulls, in my opinion.
If you're Steph Curry and you're Steve Kerr, is this season a failure?
Yes, obviously it is, because they didn't win it all. I mean, every season that you don't win a championship is a failure, right?
Unless you're the Knicks and you just get there, and I'll say that's good enough.
No, they don't make the playoffs. It's a failure, and they did.
Yeah, for the Knicks is whether or not you make the playoffs.
Well,
forget the finals.
But let me say, if you win 73-9, you break the record for most wins in a season. If you don't make if you don't become NBA champion, that is a failure. That is a failure of a season. And Steve Kerr should severely be very disappointed in his team.
Boy, it's a good thing LeBron James doesn't play for the Warriors, because if this just happened, Steve Kerr might be out tomorrow.
Nah, Steve Kerr he's been a good coach. It's just he just ran his team just ran out of firepower.
Well, do you think anyone's going to say this is rigged anymore, or can they finally let that go?
Well, Game 7 wasn't rigged, but Game 5 and 6 were certainly rigged.
I think we're going to have to just agree to disagree on that point, G Money.
No, you agree the NBA is rigged. Come on, everybody agrees with that.
By the way, Knicks and Derrick Rose, do you like that?
No.
Yeah, well, I hope that article's fake. I mean,
why did the Knicks need Derrick Rose?
I don't know. Just bring back Jeremy Lin for half the money. I'd rather do that.
Oh God! Would you stop talking about Jeremy Lin?
Now that
nobody
the NBA
wanted him.
Now that the NBA season's over, we can turn our attention to more important things like where Jeremy Lin will go. We can analyze that next week.
Well, he goes to a new team every season, so it's not going to be a surprise.
And guess what? I am not burning my Jeremy Lin jerseys.
Even if you did, if he comes back to the Knicks, you'll be wearing that proudly again. So.
Oh wait, hold on. I gotta show you something real quick, G-Money. Hang tight.
I don't know where he's going, but I gotta iron this so I can so I can look presentable at work tomorrow. So. Yeah.
I got this back in 2000. I think I got it in 2008. Authentic. I thought it was garbage for a number of years because he was just, you don't want to be seen with this. And this was, and just as proof that I got this one, this is back when Reebok was still the official NBA supplier. I thought this was garbage. I thought no one wanted this anymore. And guess what? I can wear this proudly.
You know, our viewers are going to be surprised that all of a sudden you're a Cleveland Cavaliers fan. So
no, I'm just very happy.
You're jumping. You got a Houston jersey. Don't you got a like a Houston Astros cap? You're jumping all over the place. Don't you have like a Cam Newton jersey? I mean, this you're all over Jeremy Lin jersey. I mean, you got to pick one and stick with it. You got to pick one team and stick with it. You can't just jump from team to team. What kind of fan are you?
No, I don't root for Cleveland year to year, but in this series in particular, I like.
Why are you rooting for Cleveland this series then?
Because one, they're the underdogs. Two, I love greatness, and three, the city's been in a sports depression for
you didn't root for Kansas City Royals when they won the World Series.
Well, that's because they play New York, and I'm a New York through and through. So I got, even if it's the Mets, I got to root for my New Yorkers.
Yeah, but you're not a Mets fan. You're a Yankees fan.
Yeah, but I want to see the new. I want my.
You can't see. You're jumping from team to team.
I want
Every
my. I
time
want
the
my
World
New
Series,
York
oh, New
fans to
York.
be happy. I got friends where
So
I.
why aren't you rooting for Brooklyn Nets then?
Because if the Nets were in the finals and the Knicks were cooked, I would root for them. Like when the Nets were
No,
playing.
you wouldn't. You
When the
wouldn't root for
Nets
the
were
Brooklyn
playing
Nets.
Los Angeles in the
Were
finals.
you rooting for the New
I
Jersey
was
Nets when they
rooting for
made the
them.
finals?
Yes.
Like 10 years ago.
Yes, when they were playing the Spurs, I was rooting hard. I was like Kerry Kittles.
I never
Kenny
seen you
Martin.
root for the New Jersey Nets.
Kerry Kittles, Kenny Martin, Jason Kidd, even that Baron Scott, who was, he wasn't really the coach of the team. We all know Jason Kidd was the real coach, but I rooted for them to succeed.
Yeah. I haven't heard you say one thing about the New Jersey Nets in all the years they were in New Jersey. All right, so I don't understand where all this
we
is
don't have
coming
the
from.
archives. Now we have the archives, so 2 years from now, you can't tell me I didn't hear you talk about Cleveland until all of a sudden they won a championship.
Look, I know you always root for greatness. That's why you always root for the number one player in the world, because obviously they're gonna win all the time. So you get to say, "All right, we won."
I'm not
But
really rooting for Djokovic. I'm still rooting for Federer over Djokovic any day of the week.
Well, Federer is basically done. So who's the next guy you're gonna root for?
I don't think there's anyone left. Oh, by the way, your boy Andy Murray got a new coach. You hear about that?
It's not a new coach; it's the old coach.
Yeah, he went back to it. He's got a new coach going back to his old coach.
Right. So he's as fickle as the Cleveland Cavalier fans. He doesn't know what he wants, and Cleveland doesn't know what they want either. I mean, one day they love LeBron. The next day, if LeBron leaves this season after this season, will they still love him?
I'm not sure. We all know it's not going to happen now that. But let's
hypothetically say he leaves.
How does he leave? Does he do it like he did before, or does he?
No, he just says, "All right, I brought the Cleveland a championship. Now I'm moving on."
I think you know what?
Will they still love him?
Maybe our Cleveland fans can chime in, but I think they'll say, you know what? Go spread your wings, boy. Spread your wings.
They would be like, "Oh, you're traitor." They would be like, "You're traitor" all over again.
I don't know.
You can't just jump from team to team. That's all I'm saying. Don't just jump from team to team. Stay loyal to one team. How about that?
Why can't I just have a rooting interest?
No, but as a team, you need to root for one team because you're never rooting for the Knicks right now. The Knicks are your team, right?
I'm still rooting for the Knicks. There's just nothing to cheer about.
All right, so don't cheer for either team. Just watch the game and enjoy it.
Look, Draymond Green just pissed, and Anderson Varejao.
All right, and LeBron James should piss you off also.
No.
Well, why not? LeBron, jumps from team to team. All right, he's got the easy path to the finals. I mean, basically, you just hand him the Eastern Conference trophy.
The conference is weak.
Why can't he move out west? Why can't he go to the Los Angeles Lakers? See how bad they have it there.
Look, he's from Ohio, so he wants to do it for Cleveland.
Then why did he leave?
I think he just got a little midlife crisis, maybe.
Yeah, a midlife. Name another NBA player that has a midlife crisis during their whole career, during the middle of their career. You just don't do that to your fans and to the city if you're staying loyal to them. He just wants to come back and say, "Hey, I'm back. The king is back. I'm just gonna, try to take this all the way." But I'm just saying that this is not the way to go.
Well, I mean, players jump ship. Dwight Howard jumped ship twice. Shaq jumped ship from Orlando. People get over things. They still love Shaq in Orlando, don't they?
I don't think so. I think they booed him mercifully the first time he went back.
Yeah, first time. I think they like him now. I don't think they probably still dislike Dwight, but they probably like Shaq by now.
Nobody likes Dwight. That's the problem. I'm guessing the Laker fans don't like him, and when Dwight leaves Houston, they're not going to like him.
By the way, Mike D'Antoni. What do you think about Mike D'Antoni as a Rocket coach?
Well, they better get some other players besides James Harden to try to fit into that team because right now they have nobody there.
All right, G-Money, I know you gotta make sure your pants are looking very nice so you can impress the employee. You don't want the employee to walk in first day and think this place is a slob fest. So I'm gonna let you get to it.
All right, we'll see you next week.
Yeah, G-Money has been absent for many weeks now, so
it's just 1 week.
You're out of sick days, G-Money.
I showed up this week, didn't I?
You showed up this week, and we got to keep it on strong. All right, sign it off.
Peace out,
Cleveland. Good for you, Cleveland. Good for you, LeBron. Enjoy it. I think they'll win it next year, but who knows? Enjoy it. Signing off the Fast Break. We'll see you next week.